Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Google Workspace Recap. No Steve this week, and I am just barely getting this recorded on Sunday, December 10th, so bear with us, the show will go on, and the streak will continue. In other news, the Google Drive sync issues were resolved, and an update was forced deployed to everyone, which seemingly solved the problem. Well, it resolved the lost files problem and provided instructions and a path to recover the lost files, but it does appear that some folks are still having various sync issues using Drive file stream in Finder or in Explorer and are not able to sync their files from there. So we're still staying on top of this. I have all of the links in the show notes below. What you're supposed to do, first of all, it's going to force you to update your Google Drive file stream, and it also has instructions of whether you want to do it through the interface or command line on how to recover the missing files if you're one of the affected users. Now for our table of contents. First, the silent releases, new ways to use the Google Sheets app on iOS devices. Also have adding admin managed apps category to Google Workspace Marketplace, and bulk select Gmail on Android and iOS devices. Our published releases are create shareable video presentations in Google Slides. See last week's episode for that one. We talked about that a little bit early. Also, the next evolution of automated data entry in Google Sheets, expanding message bubbles in Google Chat to iOS devices, updates to the Google Drive scanner on Android and iOS devices, introducing a new homepage view in Google Drive, introducing a new mobile experience for Google Chat. Google Vault now supports Google Calendar, finally. More insights to help admins troubleshoot Google Meet hardware issues. Monitor inside risk of Google Workspace data with Chronicle. And finally, Google Classroom now supports roster import from SIS partners. No news this week because the episode is getting out so late. We're just going to stick to the facts of the updates. All right, starting things off, the first update, the next evolution of automated data entry in Google Sheets. Starting today, and this is for Duet AI customers, enhanced Smart Fill in Google Sheets is available for those with the Duet AI Google Workspace Enterprise add-on. This builds upon Smart Fill in Google Sheets, a feature that we've seen introduced in 2020, and detects patterns between columns and suggests data for remaining cells using Google's knowledge graph. More recently, Google launched Help Me Organize in Sheets, which is a Duet AI feature that gives you a running start for creating highly organized plans and trackers. Essentially, what this is going to do is it's going to take everything that you have written in your column thus far and offer to autofill using, of course, generative AI throughout the rest. So if you're doing five-star ratings of different reviews, it will be able to automatically fill all those in. Or if you are creating a message to an individual in a spreadsheet and you do several of them and you are filling in their information based on, or you're filling in a message based on the information in the spreadsheet, it will automatically fill all of that information in for you and write the message so that you can do a mail merge going forward. There's a link here for getting started with Duet AI for Google Workspace Enterprise if you don't have it already. This feature is on by default and is available now. Next up, expanding message bubbles in Google Chat to iOS devices. In other words, bringing what we've had in chat and message bubbles everywhere else in texting and so on to chat in iOS. Essentially, you're going to have different color for different messages. Each incoming message will have an independent bubble, a message bubble aligned to one side with a solid color background, and each outgoing message will have an independent message bubble aligned to the other side with a different color background. So essentially, the same interface that you've been used to using for lots of apps over the years is now coming to Google Chat, and I gotta say, personally, I really appreciate this happening. It just makes everything so much easier to read and track who said what and when. This will automatically roll out in web and mobile over the next several weeks, so there's no action required for admins or end users. Rapid release and scheduled domains have gradual rollout up to 15 days, starting on November 28th, 2023, so you're probably already seeing that, and availability will be available to all Google Workspace customers and users with personal Google accounts. Next up, updates to the Google Drive scanner on Android and iOS devices. For years, users have had the ability to scan physical documents, such as a receipt or a passport, using the Drive app on Android, and earlier this year, they added functionality to recommend relevant title suggestions for scanned documents by leveraging machine learning. Today, Google is introducing additional enhancements to the Drive scanner on Android devices, which now powers the Google Pixel camera, and includes improvements to the scanner experience when capturing content. Specifically, you get automatic capture, Camera viewfinder that helps you position your document for the highest quality scan. You get an option to import from your camera roll, which is always nice if you've already taken the photo, and a faster way to initialize a scan with a new scanner button. They're also, breaking news, bringing this to iOS. Yay! Those of us iPhone users are very, very happy right now. Now using your iOS or iOS phone or tablet, you can easily scan and digitally organize physical documents, crop them if needed, and receive relevant title suggestions based on machine learning. Up until now, honestly, personally, I've been using Microsoft Lens. I think it was called Microsoft Lens, Microsoft Office Lens, something like that. And it works okay, but I'd much rather have it integrated into my workflow. So I'm very happy to see Google bringing this to Drive on iOS. There is no admin control for this feature, and full rollout has likely already occurred for rapid release and scheduled release because it was 1 to 3 days starting on November 28th, and again, it's now December 10th. Android, the feature is already available. iOS, it's likely already available as well, and it's available to all Google Workspace customers and users with personal Google accounts. Okay, next up we have something that we've previously talked about and announced, I don't know, a while ago here, introducing a new homepage view in Google Drive. Over the years, Google has added features to Google Drive to help people more efficiently find files and folders. In October, they launched a new view in Google Drive that shows all pending access requests, recent comments, and approvals for files to help you quickly see recent activity and take action all in one place. Today, Google is announcing the latest series of changes that accelerate user productivity across new views in Drive. You get a new streamlined homepage for Drive called Home, which makes it easier and faster for you to find the files that matter the most. Specifically, you're going to notice personalized file and folder suggestions with machine learning algorithms that can help you get started quickly. These suggestions utilize a variety of signals, such as what files and folders you've recently opened, shared, or edited, or what documents are attached to upcoming calendar events. For some reason, my Google Home thought I was talking to it. So you may have heard that in the background there. You'll also get filter chips so that you can narrow down your search and a more modern design in line with Google's Material Design 3 guidelines. Additional details. When you go to drive.google.com, instead of landing in My Drive, you'll now be directed to Home. If you'd like to set your default back to My Drive, click on the Change to My Drive option in the banner on Home. There's no admin control feature. This will be on by default, and individuals can opt out, as I just mentioned. The rollout pace for rapid release is an extended rollout, potentially longer than 15 days, started on November 28th. Scheduled release, same, starting on January 11th, 2024. So that's going to be coming in the new year. Keep an eye out for that if you're on the longer scheduled release domains. It is available for all Google Workspace customers and users with personal Google accounts. Note, the Drive Activity view is available to Google Workspace customers only. Next up, introducing a new mobile experience for Google Chat, or as I like to call it, would you like some nav bar with your nav bar? Google is adding a navigation bar on top of the navigation bar to the iOS chat app. It's going to be a streamlined user experience to help you find what you need much faster, including new features like Home and Mentions. There's a new bottom navigation bar within the chat app on both Android and iOS to help you easily access these features on mobile. You're now going to have easy access to the following views. Home, which helps you stay on top of all your conversations in one unified view. Direct Messages lets you see all your one-on-ones and group messages. Spaces is a compact list of all your spaces, including pinned conversations at the top of the list. And Mentions, which helps you easily find messages from conversations and spaces where you've been mentioned. All right. Actually, you know what? The joke that I made originally does not apply. It looks like there's a different screenshot here than what was originally rolling out. There was navigation areas underneath that bar, but it looks like that bar is getting completely redone and changed up over here. So definitely looking forward to seeing that roll out. When I had seen the original image here, it had a secondary nav bar on top of the nav bar that they have on the bottom here. It's good to see that that has apparently gone away. Gradual rollout on this for both rapid release and scheduled release domains did start on November 29th, and likely you are already or very likely to be seeing this soon. It's going to be available on all Google Workspace customers and users with personal Google accounts. I apologize for all of the misspeaking here. I do have a little bit of a cold, as I'm sure you can hear. Next up, Google Vault now supports Google Calendar. Yay! Google Vault now supports Calendar, which means customers can take the following actions around calendar data. You can manage retention with default and custom rules. You can search and preview events with a number of filters such as keyword search, across description, title, guest, locations, invite response status, etc. You can search for historical versions of events, which allows Vault admins to search and export events as they appeared on a specific date. You can export in multiple data formats, including ICS, PST, MSFT format, and CSE decryptable formats. And you can apply holds to prevent purging of data, which must be retained for legal purposes. Why does this matter? Well, Vault is an information governance and e-discovery tool for Google Workspace. Now customers' calendar events can be retained, held, searched, and exported. This integration makes it easier for customers to comply with regional and legal mandates surrounding calendar data, all from a central tool. Rollout pace for this is a gradual rollout up to 15 days for feature visibility, starting on November 29th, 2023, and that is for rapid and scheduled release domains, and updates for the API rollout will immediately follow the Vault user interface updates. This will be available for Google Workspace Business Plus, Enterprise Essentials Plus, Enterprise Standard, Enterprise Plus, Education Standard, Education Plus customers, or customers with the Vault add-on license. Next up, more insights to help admins troubleshoot Google Meet hardware issues. In 2022, Google introduced several improvements for managing Google Meet hardware devices. These improvements included surfacing additional information about device issues, such as description of the issue, when the issue was detected, and more. Today, we're taking these improvements one step further by providing admins with even more data points. Specifically, admins will be able to now see the following types of usage data. You've got device offline, missing speaker, missing microphone, missing camera, missing controller, missing display, missing default microphone, missing default speaker, missing default camera, and missing default whiteboard camera. Activities are also records how a hardware device is being used at any given time, which includes Meet call, Zoom call, WebEx call, bring your own device mode, local present, whiteboard camera present, and peripheral firmware update. This is going to be available, let's see here. Google Meet hardware devices that do not run Chrome OS, such as the Poly Series X30, X50, and X70, will only support activity data for Meet calls at this time. Wanted to make sure to note that. Rollout pace for this is a gradual rollout for rapid release and scheduled release domains, which starts on December 6th, 2023, or started. Available to all Google Workspace customers with Google Meet hardware devices. Next up, monitor insider risk of Google Workspace data with Chronicle. Admins can now more seamlessly integrate their Google Workspace data with Chronicle, which is Google's cloud-native security operations platform. You can use this to quickly detect, investigate, and take action on risky activity and threats. Admins can now leverage reduced time spent syncing data from Workspace to Chronicle, as well as Chronicle's curated, pre-configured, out-of-the-box definitions. This is going to be visible for rapid release and scheduled release domains, rolling out on a gradual rollout up to 15 days for feature visibility that started on November 29th, 2023, and available to Google Workspace Enterprise Standard and Enterprise Plus customers. Lastly, for the education folks in the room, Google Classroom now supports roster import from SIS partners. Educators can now easily import students from their information systems to Google Classroom using one roster. This integration saves educators time and helps make class setup much quicker. Admins, this feature is available for domains connected to an SIS partner, Aspen, Infinite Campus, or Skyward. To enable the feature, go to classroom.google.com/admin. You can visit the Help Center in the link here to learn more about connecting your classroom to your SIS. For end users, if one roster is connected by your admin, you can import students by going to the People tab, Invite Students, Import from SIS. You can visit the Help Center to learn more about using Classroom with your SIS from the link in the show notes. Rollout here, rapid release and scheduled domains have extended rollout, which is potentially longer than 15 days for feature visibility. That will be started on November 28th, 2023, with expected completion in January 2024. It does not specify the exact date. This will be available to Education Plus and Teaching and Learning Upgrade customers. That's all for this week. Send us your questions and comments either on Twitter, or I guess we're calling it X now, at Workspace Recap, or on our website, workspacerecap.com. If you're on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, thumbs up on the video, and drop your comments down below. We always love hearing from our fans, no matter where you're listening, no matter where you're watching, wherever you are. Thanks for coming back every week. We'll see you next time on Workspace Recap.